Hey everybody, here's my video on solving systems of equations by using substitution. So here are the steps that we'll go over in class. The first step is to substitute, second distribute, third combine like terms, and then last solve, and then you repeat that until you have both x and y. So some of them can be pretty easy, like the one on the right side, and then some of them can be a little bit tougher, like the one on the left. So I'll start with the easy one first. Alright, so here's the easy one. So let's go through our steps. The first step is to substitute. Now, the thing that I know that I need to substitute always has a variable by itself. So notice the top equation has a variable by itself. It says y equals -5. So since y is -5, I can replace the y in the second equation with -5, just like we did when we were doing elimination. So I rewrite the bottom equation as 5x plus 4 times -5 equals -20. So I just replaced the y with -5. All right, so from there, I distribute, multiply these things, right? So I get 5x minus 20 equals -20. All right, this is set up like a two-step equation, so I just have two steps. I add 20, and I get 5x equals 0, therefore x equals 0. All right, so I'm done. I just have to write this as a point. I already know what y is. Y is -5, so when I write this as a point, it's 0, -5. Done. This is my final answer. All right, so that was an easy one. We didn't have to do a whole lot. For this next one, we're gonna have a little bit more to do. So once again, on this top equation, I have a variable by itself. The bottom equation, I've got x and y on the same side, so I'm not gonna use that one. I take what y equals, all right? So y equals 3x plus 2. I'm gonna plug that in for y, okay? Now, when I rewrite this, it's going to be x plus 2 times 3x plus 2. All right. Now, the reason I did that is because y equals that. So I can replace y with 3x plus 2 equals 11. All right. So I did the first step. Next, I need to distribute. All right. So I distribute the 2. Distribute the 2. So I have x plus 6x plus 4 equals 11. All right, distribute, check, done. The third step is to combine like terms. Now I know two things are like terms if they have the same variable or they both don't have a variable. So in this case, x and 6x are like terms. They both have the variable x. So there's a secret 1 in front of this x, so I'm really going to add to get 7x plus 4 equals 11. Two-step equation again, so I subtract 4, so I get 7x equals 7, divide by 7, and x is 1. All right, so remember that the solution to a system of equations is a point where two lines cross. So in order to have a point, I have to have x and y. I have x, I need y. So let's take this one and let's plug it into this top equation. All right, the reason I'm using the top equation is because y is already solved for, and don't I just need y? So I'm going to plug it into that equation. So it'll look like this: y equals 3 times 1, all right, that's where I got the x, plus 2. All right, just multiply and I'm done. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 plus 2, that gives me y equals 5. So I have to write my final answer as a point. So it's 1, 5. That's it. All right, so this one was easier. This one was a little bit harder. Let's look at one more example. So let's do this example on the right because it has more negatives, so it looks a little bit tougher. All right, so for this one, I follow through with my steps again. All right, I do the same things. So I have to find which variable is already by itself, which is the top one. Okay, so I need to take 6x minus 11 and plug it into the y in the other equation. So let me show you what that looks like. So when you rewrite it, it's going to be negative 2x minus 3 times, instead of y, I have 6x minus 11. Equals negative 7. All right, so I have only x's now. Do you see that? You can't solve for one variable if there's two variables. You got to get rid of one. So that's what we've done. So next, I distribute. So I multiply everything by negative 3. All right, now positive 3, negative 3. So it's going to change the signs. So you get negative 2x minus 18x plus 33 equals negative 7. All right, I got those two numbers through multiplying. I changed the signs because I multiplied a negative. Now, I'm on to step 3, which is combine like terms. My like terms are negative 2x and negative 18, which give me negative 20x plus 33 equals negative 7. All right, I'm almost done. I almost solved for x. So now two-step equation, subtract 33, subtract 33. I get negative 20x equals negative 40. Divide by negative 20. Divide by negative 20. Remember, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So in this case, 2. Now, keep in mind, I'm only halfway done, but the second half is a lot easier. So I did all these steps. Next, I need to figure out what y is. So I go back to that top equation, and instead of writing x, I should put a 2 in there. So it'll be y equals 6 times 2 minus 11, which is 12 minus 11, which is 1. All right, last step, write it as a point. Boom, boom. It should be 2, 1. And that's it. That's my intersection point, and that's how I found it. Now, it's not always going to be set up for y. Sometimes it'll be set up for x. So look at this one. Okay, so for this one, my variable that's by itself is x equals. So instead of plugging in for y like I did on this equation, all right, I'm going to plug in for x in the bottom equation. All right, so let's do this one too. So when I plug it in, I should get negative 2 parentheses. Always use parentheses when you plug it in. 3y plus 2. All right, let's keep going. Plus 4y. All right, so don't forget to write the rest of it. I see that a lot with kids, is forgetting to write the whole thing. All right, so that was step 1, was substitute. Check. Step 2, distribute. 1, 2 arrows. All right, so I've got negative 6y minus 4 plus 4y equals 0. Okay, combine like terms. That's step 3. So combine like terms. In this case, it's negative 6y and 4y. All right, so that's going to be negative 2y. Can't forget about this negative 4 equals 0. Add 4, add 4. Negative 2y equals 4. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, y equals, well, negative 2. All right, I'm not done, am I? Nope, not done. I have to have x and y. I have y, so I need x. All right, look at this handy dandy equation at the top. I can use that to help me figure out what x is by plugging negative 2 in for y in that equation. So I should get x equals, erase that, 3 times negative 2 plus 2. Multiply, x equals negative 6 plus 2, x equals -4. Almost done. Just have to write it as a point, real big and obvious for everyone to see it. It should be -4, comma, -2. And so that is my intersection point. All right. That's it.